time.
Ready?
Yes.
Welcome to Elevators and Stairs. I'm Justin Nazir Muhammad.
I'm Anissa Nazir Muhammad. I think it's episode 4.
Episode 4.
It's either episode 4 or 5. The last episode that we did was last July, July or August. So it's been like 8 months since the last time we were doing this.
Okay, well, welcome to the episode 4 that we think that it is.
Welcome to our not podcast that will eventually be a podcast. You've been saying a whole lot of welcomes. Welcome to Elevators and Stairs, or why we named it Elevators and Stairs. You can go to either episode 1 or 2, where my husband goes over the dream that he had, where he was having difficulty getting to me. Or we want to revamp the show a little bit. The first couple episodes were more advice giving. Didn't really want to go that route this time around because we also have lives that we would like to share how we get through certain elevators and stairs in our own lives. And if you can like gain something from that, then you can gain something from it. And then that'll be essentially the advice given, other than or accept us. Is that the word I'm looking for? That's the word advice given, and not the lack of better word is not coming to me, or the better word. Dang, what's the word I'm looking for? It's right here. Other than, I guess the word is other than us like receiving specific questions based upon people wanting like certain advice, and then us giving the advice, because essentially our answers were kind of running into kind of being the same as far as like
same questions.
The same questions, and we was coming up basically with the same type of answers. Keep God first, like it was the same vibe. But what we do know is that we have our own life experiences, and then we're gonna be more open and sharing that way. And hopefully that'll give all out there hope that they can get through the elevators and stairs in their own lives and relationships and such and so on and so forth. We will try to be here every Friday, Striving Friday. Every Friday strive. Okay, let us start.
The topic we talking about today is how to navigate living with in-laws as newlyweds.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we just see a lot of newlyweds staying with their parents. Troubles financially, whatever you got going on. Staying with the in-laws for a little bit. We did it.
Yep.
We know a lot of married couples who have done it and are doing it. So it's something we wanted to hit on.
Somebody actually submitted that one as a topic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to be advisory. Like, I don't want to give advice, because I wouldn't say that we're pros of staying with newlyweds. We could talk about our experience dealing with newlyweds.
Yeah.
I mean, staying with in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
How long were we there?
There 4 months. What? We were there for 4 months. What?
Nothing. I am not going to handle this show. You will speak.
Do it.
Do what?
4 months. We were there. What?
I were there for 4 months, and we stayed with my parents. How was that for you, staying with my parents for 4 whole months?
it wasn't that bad for me, just being that I was always at work, so I really didn't get a chance to really experience the household just because I was working two jobs. So I would be there to sleep, maybe be there for like 2 3 hours after
Literally.
that, and then I'll be at work for the rest of the day. So, um, but it was fun for me. I enjoyed having being around your parents because obviously we were in Rock Hill with my parents for a while. My family didn't get a chance to really be around your family, so I did
Yeah.
enjoy being around your family and learning a little bit more about them and spending more time besides for me.
You really had no issues, Justin? They didn't even know you just a little bit.
I was never there. How could they annoy me? I was literally never there. I'll be there to work. I'll be there to sleep and spend a little time with you. Only thing is the food for me. We would have to keep our food separate.
Oh my God.
Um, making sure that we still got snacks for ourselves. But um, yeah, other than that,
All about that. I forgot all about how much we had to, how much food was an issue.
yeah.
I literally forgot
Remember, because
all
I mean,
about that.
you got that many people in the house, and you only got one refrigerator. So I would say that part. If you are going to stay with other people, just making sure that you either set boundaries, especially when it comes to food and snacks. It can get very territorial with the food. You come in the fridge and
All your
all
stuff is
your
gone.
stuff that you you bought is gone, and you were looking forward to eating that.
Absolutely.
So I would say maybe setting a boundary for that. Thankfully, we kind of set up our own little space where we were at that kind of put our food there. That way,
Yeah.
we kind of keep it separate if we didn't have to put it in the fridge.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I was being petty, and I labeled your stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
remember you
labeled.
did.
I put things. I put stuff in containers and labeled it. This is Justin's dinner. But rewinding it backwards, the reason why we were there, yes, it was. I guess you could say it was financial issues. Microphone, I guess you could say some of it was financial, just trying to figure out like where direction was going because we didn't know if we were going to stay up north or if we were going to come back down south.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also 2 weeks postpartum when we got there, and that was a major thing.
Right.
We we had our son down here in North Carolina, and my mother stayed with us for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, stayed with us for 2 weeks down here, and then when we when she left, I was very adamant on we're also leaving too because I didn't want to have my very first child and be doing postpartum, something that I've never done before, and doing that by myself. I just could not, like, maybe for number two, but number one, no, no, no. I just could not imagine myself doing that. And I had a C section. So that recovery, all of that, I absolutely needed. Um, I just needed a lot of looking over and a lot of maintenance and a lot of nurturing. And it's nothing like having your mom, especially as a woman, in that point in time for yourself. So yeah, so my husband, thankfully had 4 months. What was that?
Maternity leave.
4 months paternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Can you say that in the YouTube? Shout out to his job. But yeah, 4 months paternity leave, and yeah, so we stayed up there for 4 months, and it wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing situation that we were in. So we was in the garage, real life, real talk. We stayed in the garage, and not like a garage, not like a garage. Now it didn't have like concrete flooring or anything like
carpet. It
that,
was already
but
carpet flooring.
because previous family members have stayed in there, like other siblings have stayed in there before. Um, so it was done up to an extent, but since they stayed in it, it had gotten ran down a little bit. It gotten ran down a little bit, so it wasn't the most beautiful situation. But we made do. We made it do what it do, and our son got to spend a lot of time with his grandparents, so that was lovely. Before we left, they were aching when we left, and have not forgiven us since. So,
Oh no, I think it was a good experience. I mean, for what we needed to do, I think many people don't consider staying with in-laws, and especially as newlyweds and a young couple, it can be very helpful in figuring out the things that you want to do in life. So if that is something that you can do to kind of help you as newlyweds, I definitely suggest it if your in-laws are okay with it, because it helped us figure out a lot of stuff. We were trying to consider if we wanted to move up there, stay down there. I knew I didn't want to be in the position I was in previously before going up there, so I say I'm either trying to find me a new position or get promoted. Either way, something gonna happen.
Yeah,
because I can't go back to the same thing. So it allowed us the time to kind of figure that out, and for me to what you laughing at?
No, I just had a memory. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm starting to remember how ghetto it was. I'm starting to remember, Justin. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, for it allowed for us the time to kind of get that up, make some extra dollars. Because we was working on the house back here,
the one that we're in right now,
to get this prepared. So allowed me to kind of do that. Also for her to have some help with Yashi as a new baby and a new mother. So it allowed us to get a lot of stuff done in that 4 month period. End up getting a promotion literally like right before it was time to come back. Because if I didn't get that promotion, we would have been right there. We would have been staying there, and I would have been working to kind of get a house up there because I couldn't do it, man. So I ended up getting that promotion in probably what I think like 3-4 weeks before
we left.
Yeah,
and that was all God.
Yeah, it was right there.
That works out. Okay. So the flashback that I had from how ghetto it was because we went up there, and my husband, within 2 weeks, you immediately got to work. He was working as a security guard overnight, and you worked with an insurance company during the day. So your schedule was you woke up around like 6 o'clock in the morning. You left for work around like 7ish, something like that.
Nah. Oh yeah, you talking about for insurance?
The insurance one. And then you left well, it was like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you started your next joint at 7?
No, 6.
At 6? 6 o'clock. And then you stayed there till midnight. Yep. And that was the schedule. Him being able to do that allowed us to renovate our entire bathroom that we needed to get done in this home that we're in. Because I know it sounds so like first world to say, but I was just not going to live in here the way that the bathrooms were set up. It was just not. If you know me, and my husband knows me, what my nightmares are made of are bathrooms. bathrooms that are dirty, bathrooms that are not like well looking, like all those type of things. Those are what my nightmares are made of. Quite literally, when I go to sleep at night, that be the problem. So I was like, I can't come back until that bathroom is finished. It just has to be done. It just has to be. Um, no, we stayed at Aunt Mary's, but when we came back here, the bathroom wasn't even hardly started when we came back down here. I thought
it was started.
Was it started?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we started getting the stuff.
I came back first.
You did. He came 2 weeks before me, and the money that we were getting from you working those 2 jobs paid for like most of that. They had already started before. Yes. And
by the time you had came, I think the floor had started to get down on the floor and the walls.
I wonder if I could put this. Okay. So, yeah, that was really ghetto because all that working that he was doing, like, I missed my husband bad. It was bad. Mommy would come in her room sometimes and I would just be I'd be weeping a little bit. I remember one day we was fussing. Me and my mom was fussing. And I just did not have the patience. Like, I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the capacity. I'm like just a couple weeks, months at this point postpartum, and my C-section is still healing. My body was so broken. You remember how broken my body was? It was so freaking broken. It was, oh my god, it was beat down. I couldn't do simple stuff, like very simple stuff. I'm like, whoa, I've never experienced anything like this before, and was pumping and breastfeeding, all the things, and I was just like, I was done. I was just so over it. And one of them days, me and my mom was like fussing with each other, which is nothing new. Me and my mom fuss all the time, but like ace boom coon, and I literally walked away from her. Like usually we'll have like a tit for tat type situation, a little give and take, if you will. But I just couldn't take it, and I just walked away. And then she came into the garage. I went in the garage. I closed the door. She came into the garage and she was like, "That was rude." And I said, "I don't have anything to give. I don't have it." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm sad. This is my husband." And at this point, I think you had already went down south. You had already came back. And them 2 weeks ahead was tearing me up. This hurting your feelings? Okay. It should be. Because you left me. So
had to get done.
It's tearing me up. And yeah, I couldn't wait. I could not wait to get on up out of there. But I also was like, it was bittersweet. Because I knew I was going to miss my mom and my dad. I knew I was going to miss Jossie. And I knew that once we came down here, I wasn't going to have the village that I had up there. Gonna miss my sister, my brothers, stuff like that. So yeah, but all in all, I mean, it worked itself. It did what it was supposed to do. I learned a lot. We learned a lot, even about finances and like all that stuff. Like, because we had to pinch them pennies, and we fussed a lot when it came to getting that stuff for the bathroom.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we saved probably about 10,000. 10,000 just for a month. So,
and it only went to one place.
That bathroom. That's the only thing we got done. Nothing else.
That damn bathroom.
$10,000, and I think we spent more than that. Like when I came down, we spent some extra money on that material and all that other stuff. So we probably spent total probably like 13.
Spent a lot of bread on that
about
bathroom.
$13,000.
A nice bathroom though.
It is, yeah.
And they had to build it from the ground up. That was the thing. It wasn't just like paint and tiles and stuff. Like they literally had to do everything over again.
We already had knocked the whole thing out clean. Yep. So yeah,
from the ground.
Shout out to Brother Chad and my brother. I forgot his name. I don't know. Shout out to Brother Chad and the team.
Yes, the team
that helped out.
So if you're in the Durham area, give him a call. He does great work. Yeah, I don't know if I would have. I really don't know if I have any advice for anybody moving in with their in-laws. Keep it clean.
Gotta set boundaries.
Definitely beforehand.
Yeah, beforehand, before you get there. Whatever your niches and your pet peeves are, go ahead and be like, hey, I already know. Especially if you've lived with your parents, you know what your parents do and don't do that you like.
And you know what you like and what you don't like that they do.
So go ahead and be like, hey, this is how we're going to set up. You know your parents are snackers, then maybe y'all should probably keep food separate and start labeling food.
Child, but did we not do that? We kept our food separate only for them to be like, wait, you ain't getting us no snacks? You ain't buy us no snacks? And it's like, these are our snacks. Tristan.
Still, I think we did pretty well. That was the only thing, just the snacks. But
only thing for you.
Yeah, for me, because I was always at work, so it didn't matter. But yeah, so I would say making sure you set those boundaries early. Well, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it a healthy living space.
Yes.
For everybody. But I enjoy
meal prepping is helpful too.
Meal prepping
that helped us big time because it kept me and my mom from having to be in the kitchen at the same time. Because there's two women that's cooking for their families. So essentially, what I did was I meal prepped for pretty much at least if it wasn't the whole week, at least 3 days. Yeah,
it was probably 4 or 5 days.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had quite a bit of containers in there.
I sure did. Meal prepped it, and it worked out. It was fantastic. Especially for being postpartum and stuff, it was absolutely fantastic to be able to not be. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't do all that stuff for long periods of time. My incision actually got infected because I didn't take it easy. So literally at the 6-week mark of postpartum, when I was supposed to be all healed, yeah, took a little while longer because
you don't be listening.
No, it really wasn't that I don't be listening. No, just
sat down.
No,
how you supposed to sit down?
But I could not. Those weren't our circumstances. Our circumstances was not me being able to sit down. That garage had to be right. Because you was willing to just go in there and the garage literally looked like a car could park in there. I could not do that. So I had to make it look like a home. So yeah, I was picking up boxes, I was doing stuff, and I was not taking it easy. I was making sure there wasn't no spiders. I was sweeping every single nook and cranny in there. I was moving couches. I was not taking it easy. That's a fact. But my husband was just like, all we gotta do is you and Dad. We can just put a bed here. It'll be all right. Nothing made. Oh my god. That made me so mad when you said that. Cause I'm like, he doesn't know me at all. How could you possibly think I'm gonna just put a bed in here and sleep in here? You know your wife. Miss T with everything. You don't love me.
Why you say something like that? Like I wasn't working 20 jobs so that she could get this bathroom that she wanted. No. See how they do us.
I don't even know why you would say that.
Yeah, I see how the women be doing us. We be going to work for our families.
You don't love me. You don't love me.
Just so we can remodel the bathroom, make it look exactly how she.
So that was our newlywed. Well, not newlywed. That was our staying with in-laws, elevators and stairs situation. We had a lot of elevators to go up, and we had a lot of stairs to climb. But I think that everything with the idea of elevators and stairs in a relationship and with marriage and things like that is every year, like, we do get closer. Our bond gets stronger. We get more, um, like, we connect better.
Mm-hmm.
So it works out in the end.
Yeah, and I feel like it's needed, man. It's needed to go through those things to feel good. If you want a strong marriage, it ain't just gonna come out of a vacuum. Look at the minister in Mother
Mother
Khadijah.
Khadijah. Yeah.
You, I mean, when you hear about how poor they were,
He said they were so poor they didn't even know they was
you know,
poor.
so like you imagine that and the type of love that they have. We need to do
Yeah.
to get the marriage that we want. So.
To get the marriage that we want. Because I saw a quote the other day, and then we could start closing now. I saw a quote the other day that said, there is absolutely nothing like there is no coincidence or no mistake or something like that for why a marriage is happy. Like, you actually have to choose to make a marriage happy and to make it like joyful. Otherwise, it'll just be what people say. It's just a contract.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a contract. Like, yeah, it is just a contract if you do nothing else. If we do nothing else outside of that, then outside of just it being on a piece of paper that we're married, then it's just, and it is just that. But we've been working freaking hard. No cap. We've been working really hard. September 1st is going to be 4 years. Mm-hmm. Just look at me in my eyes. September 1st is going to be 4 years. It is, yeah. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm looking very much forward to this. 4 is supposed to be the number of like for foundation. And I think we laid a very good, pulling up on his 4 year mark, I feel like we laid a very good foundation. Yeah, I did good. I saved us. All right, so how are we gonna end it?
Thanks for coming to elevators and
stairs.
No.
So what stairs did you climb this week? What stairs did you climb this week, Justin? What stairs did you climb this week? Yeah. It could have been today. It could have been.
I'm gonna say with work.
Okay.
And in my work, I get commission. I'm a financial advisor. Of course, I'm looking for people. Have those conversations. So if I don't get no people, ain't no conversations to be had. So, you know, it was going through the week, and we also working on getting some stuff done on the roof. So I'm like, dang, I really need some people to come in here so I can have a conversation and I can hopefully provide, my services to them. So, it was probably like Wednesday or Thursday. I really ain't had no good conversations. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep grinding it out, man. We gonna make something happen. And like Thursday, Friday hit, and boom, it was just like back to back. We was having some good conversations. So just sticking to it, man, and praying to Allah, whoever you, God, whoever Jehovah. You call Jehovah, Yahweh, whoever you pray to, that He makes it easy for you, and gives you ease, when you're working through some things. Once I prayed, left it up, that's when stuff just started happening. So just making sure you stay diligent in that and know that it's gonna work out. What did you learn?
That's not what I asked you.
What elevators did you climb?
You don't climb up elevators.
What elevators did you go up, Anissa?
Stairs. What I did. Today, I relinquished, is that the word that I'm looking for? Relinquish means like let go, right? Mm-hmm. I relinquished my seed, my little baby John seed, into the hands and the arms of Someone else. She's family. Hey, Kevin. So, I mean, it wasn't that hard, but it was that hard because this is my baby. We have not had a break from him since he was 3 months. No, no, no.
4 months.
That's total cap. He was when we went to the hotel that time. He was like 8 weeks old,
Yeah.
8 or 9 weeks. So, however many months that is, 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the last time. That is the last time that we have been without him. Like done something and he was not right up near us. No, I mean Zakaya for an hour. Yeah, Zakaya. She had him for an hour, but this long at someone's house. She came. Zakaya was in our house, and we like. I have not ever left him since he was 2.5 months into somebody else's living space. So yeah, but we needed to record this, and I feel really good about that. Like I did a thing. I did a mom thing, and I didn't feel guilty about it.
Gotta do.
That's what gotta get done. So thank you for joining Elevators and Stairs. Please make sure you like. Make sure you
subscribe.
Make sure you
share.
Make sure you. Nothing. I just wanted to see you keep going. So make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias, which you will see right here. And you can find me at _Nisa Muhammad _ on Instagram and on TikTok. And you can find my husband at
JN Nazir _ Yeah, I think that's it.
He's barely on any of the things. If you see a post, it's because I collabed him in it. So if you follow me, you'll find him in all of the pictures anyway. So it's the same place, same time, same place. And hopefully we'll be here every Friday. And mm-hmm. I'm just so happy that we're finally back. I feel really happy about this. I feel really good about this. Okay. If you have anything that you'd like us to touch on, just put it in the comments. And make sure you comment and tell us. And make sure you comment and tell us that you love us.
Yeah, tell us what y'all want to see because we don't know.
We have topics.
We got topics, but give us more. Just more topics. Whatever you all want to see, we want to give that to you.
Yes.
Please comment.
Bye. Good job.